Welcome into the Wareham Gateman pregame show. I'm Alex Feuz alongside Cade, Crenshaw, and Rowan and Foley will be with you all along tonight. It's the last home game of this Cape Cod baseball regular season. Cade, we made it. Final thoughts heading into the final home game this season.
Well, it's been a tremendous summer for the Gatemen. So many faces have come and gone, and that's what's made up this team here towards the end. A group that has battled through a lot of adversity this season, overcome a lot of those obstacles. It's been really special to watch this Gatemen team from all the way back on June the 12th to now as we enter the final 2 days of the regular season. Final thoughts, this has just been a gritty group all season.
Harvey Shapiro and the rest of the coaching staff obviously coaching tonight's final home game of the summer. Who's been the most improved player from what we've seen from game one to now?
And I think for me, most improved player, for me, it goes to Jacob Cravey, the right-hander out of Sanford, who just left the team a couple short days ago. He reached his innings limit, so he had to get back to school and get ready.
Playoffs, it was a few games that went back and forth in Falmouth that Falmouth got the upper hand, which ultimately led to the Gatemen missing the postseason this year. How can this Gatemen team face Falmouth tonight, look for a win one final time?
Well, they've been as competitive against any team as they have against Falmouth. 2-2-1 against the Commodores so far this season, Alex. And this is a Falmouth team that has a lot of different weapons to throw at you. Look at Alex Mooney, a guy who's been their leadoff spot consistently all season. Shortstop, middle infielder out of Duke. Just had a big home run the other night that helped seal the deal and took this Gatemen team out of playoff contention with Falmouth picking up the win just a few short nights ago. Mooney's a dangerous piece, but also look on the mound tonight. They're going with the left-hander and Phil Abner out of Florida. 3-0 record, sub-4 ERA for a guy who works in pitches. His pitch mixes really, really well. Abner has great command of his fastball as well and works the entire zone against hitters. Outside, inside, up, down. He's not a guy who leans too heavy inside and things like that. Abner's a really dangerous arm on the mound for this Falmouth team. The Gatemen are going to have their hands full.
And he was an all-star this year as well. So Staley on the mound for the Gatemen for the final home game. We'll take a quick break and send it to our own Claire Foley next on the Wareham Gatemen pregame show here on YouTube.
Local craft beer, great food, games, outdoor beer garden, and live music. That's all at Stone.
Last game of the summer here at Spillane Field. Can't believe it already came so quickly. But tonight we recognize our wonderful host families who all summer long have opened their homes to Gatemen players, staff, and interns. This summer we are fortunate to have 25 families be a part of it. And some of them, they were first-year host families. Others have been here since the early 2000s. This all would not have been possible without these amazing members of our community, especially our host coordinator, Mary Chaplin, and her husband, Mike, who they themselves have been hosts since 2000.
We invite you to learn more about the law firm of Lang, Exafaris, and Bullard by visiting our website, lxblaw.com.
Welcome back on the Wareham Gatemen pregame show. Alex Feuz, Cade, Crenshaw, and our own Claire Foley just moments before first pitch and lineups being exchanged here at Spillane Field tonight for the final time for the home stretch and then final game tomorrow against the Orleans Firebirds. But Cade, let's preview. Obviously, we talked about tonight's matchup, but let's talk about who your MVP on this Gatemen team is.
I look at a player who's been here since day one in game one. That's Max Anderson, the only Gatemen player to appear in every Wareham game this summer. Tonight going to be his 43rd, not just appearance, 43rd start. This has been a trailblazer of a player all summer long. He's hitting over 300, 16 multi-hit games for Max on the summer as well. Double-digit runs driven in, a pair of homers as well. Max Anderson has been such a special player to watch, especially for the slow start he had. Started out 0 for 10 at the plate, hitless in his first 3 games, but it finally came around. And like this league happens more times than not, hitters eventually catch up to the dominant pitching that we see early part of the summer. Max Anderson's no different. He is, for me, this team's MVP.
Yeah, I got to agree with you. Obviously, Max Anderson struggled in the month of June, but just sort of red hot July 1st and carried it through up until now, August 1st. He has over 50 hits, and half of those hits came in the month of July. Pretty amazing turnaround. Harvey Shapiro had the confidence in Max Anderson, was an all-star last summer. He knew what kind of player Max Anderson was. He turned out to be what Harvey Shapiro knew him as in the month of July. He's my MVP as well. But again, first pitch and more coming up right here.
Mosquito bites and ticks. No, yikes! When the bugs get scary, just call Mosquito Mary's 866 Ask Mary. HailMarys.com.
The 99 Restaurant and Pub is proud to be a sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Visit your local 99 and try their famous colossal lobster rolls, piled high on a grilled brioche and served hot buttered or just the right amount of mayo and celery with fries and coleslaw. The 99, always the real deal.
The Wareham-based 80 Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is the world's largest cranberry grower and the largest private property owner in eastern Massachusetts. The company supports organizations like the Wareham Gateman and projects like the outdoor cranberry bog classroom that you may have passed on your way in. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
For sales and rentals of Caterpillar machinery, generators, and marine engines, visit MiltonCat.com, your area cat dealer. Milton Cat, the Cape and Islands Caterpillar dealer, is proud to be a sponsor of today's game.
Serving southeastern Massachusetts and Rhode Island, Office Technology Group has been the area's source for advanced digital multifunctional copiers since 2009. Call Office Technology Group at 508-858-5825.
Welcome into Spillane Field for one final time in the 2022 Cape Cod Collegiate Summer League. I'm Alex Feuz alongside Cade Crenshaw, and our very own Claire Foley will be with you all night long for Game 43 of 44. Travis Staley takes the mound for the Wareham Gatemen for his final start with the team, and it comes for the final home game as the Gatemen take on the Falmouth Commodores for one last time. It's a overcast and a rainy night. It's been on and off periodically light rain since the early part of the afternoon once the Gatemen finish up their batting practice, but we are all set to play Game 43. And again, Cade Crenshaw joins me now. Cade, final home game of the season. What are you looking forward to most tonight?
Well, I'm interested to see Travis Staley in his first start of the summer. We've seen him plenty of times so far in relief outings, 5 to be exact, but none yet to get that starting nod. And I think back to the spring, made 21 appearances at Texas. Just 3 of those were starts, though. Was maybe a bullpen piece for that Longhorn team that made it all the way to Omaha. And a player who has had great stuff at times and has also been hit around at times. So far this season, he's surrendered 4 home runs across those 5 outings, including a pair against Yarmouth Dennis in the same game just a few short weeks ago. So how does Staley come in and set the tone early against a talented Commodore team that has some real power near the top of the order in Alex Mooney?
Alex Mooney lead things off for Falmouth, followed by Colby Halter. Batting third, is Jace Orphan. And then batting cleanup is Andrew Pickney. Batting 5th is Corey Collins. And the 6th hole is Josiah Cromwick. Batting 7th is Patrick Roche. And the 8th hole is Anthony Mckenzie. And a finish off this Commodores lineup is Tafton Hensley. Staley on the mound tonight for the Gatemen. Again, like Cade said, this is his first start of the summer. Has appeared out of the pen, has a 7.84 ERA. If you're a bullpen arm, Mooney's winning the first pitch, lines that one foul. If you're a bullpen arm and you are anyone in baseball, you don't look at ERA coming out of the pen. If it's a bad one, you look at the stats. And obviously, 10 1/3 pitch, 15 hits, 11 runs, 9 earned. But what I really like out of Staley, 5 walks to 13 strikeouts. That's what's more important tonight. Ahead 0-1. Staley deals a breaking ball, stays high. Now 1-1 the count. This is what makes the great pitchers great. Who wins this? In a 1-1 count, now to Mooney, a right-hander hitting .268. Has a lot of speed, 14 stolen bases this summer. Nobody on, nobody out. We're in the top of the first in the last home game here at Spillane Field. Breaking ball popped up out of play. Now count moves 1-2.
He's had a lot of stolen bases, Alex. I look more, though, at those 5 home runs. You don't often find that in a leadoff hitter
but Mooney has really solidified himself as not only one of these team's best players, but I think by far the most improved player of the summer for Falmouth, hands down.
Staley ahead of the count, 1-2. It's exactly what you're looking for against a leadoff hitter in Mooney, who succeeded all summer. Breaking ball just outside. Count now moves 2-2. The pitching on this Gateman team will be light between tonight and tomorrow, the final 2 games of the summer. Both Eddie Marco and Harvey Shapiro, Eddie being the pitching coach and Harvey the field manager. That's a 2-2 pitch. High fly ball, fouled away down the left field line. You're hoping from length out of Staley tonight.
You definitely are. You get towards the end of the summer, you're mainly just trying to piece together a pitching staff at that point. A lot of guys have hit innings limits at that point. Others have gone back to school to get ready for both the academic side and also fall ball coming up here in just a few short weeks for most of these players at their programs. So it's tough to find arms, especially late in the summer.
Staley set at the belt. Cakes and deals a 2-2 pitch to Mooney, line, but right back to him. 1 away. Defensively for the Gatemen in the outfield from left to right. Ryan Campos in left, Cam Chick in center, Owen Diodati in right field. In the infield from left to right, Cam Meyer over there at third, Derek Fabian at shortstop, Max Anderson at second base, and Carter Graham at first. Devin Burks behind home, and once again on the mound is Travis Staley. And here's Colby Halter, 1 down here in the first, as the drizzle continues here on Spillane Field. Light rain till about 6:30. Staley deals the first pitch. Halter, a called strike, and head 0-1. Here's Travis Staley. You are going to want to go back exactly what you did against Alex Mooney. Ahead in the count, 1-2. Got a hard hit, but right back at you for an out.
Gatemen have gone into their 43rd game. That's the first line out back to the pitcher we've seen all summer.
0-1, grounded over to Carter Graham, but through for a base hit in right field. Halter.
So think about these wet conditions, and in terms it's going to do one of two things. It's either one, going to speed up the ball and it's going to fly on the grass, or it's just going to slow it down once more rain continues to fall.
We've only had one game moved due to rain. That was just in the second week of the summer. 0-1, breaking ball, called strike. It was a Father's Day doubleheader against Chatham that just so happened we lucked out. We had an off day the next day, so we just moved it 1 day ahead. I think one game there was rain at it. That was the Polar Park game where it rained in the first, and later on in the back half of that one against Bourne just a week and a half ago. But Staley ahead of Borfin ahead, 0-2. Halter at second. The 0-2 pitch in the dirt. The throw down to third is going to be in time to get him. 2 outs here in the first. A great job by Burks to release quickly, get the throw down to Meyer to tag out Halter at third.
I'm not really sure what you gain from that if you're Falmouth, outside of the obvious, of course. You put the first run of the game, I should say, 90 feet closer to home. But a base hit, you have to think, would score the speedy Halter, who turned a single into a double just moments before. Now you've got the bases empty.
Staley ahead, 1-2. Nobody on, 2 outs. The 1-2 pitch, breaking ball just stays high. Well, 2-2 the count. The rain coming down a little harder now. Easy to play through this stuff, though. The 2-2 pitch clipped, just missing the outer edge of the zone near the right-hand batter's box, and count now full. Staley only has 5 walks on the summer in 10 1/3, was ahead 1-2, and now a full count. Staley set at the belt. The payoff pitch, a deep drive to center field. Back is Chick, there to make the grab to end the inning. It stayed up longer than anticipated. But no runs on one hit, no errors, and no one left. We go to the bottom of the first. Gateman offense up to bat next. Stay with us on the Wareham Gateman Broadcast Network.
Past the left field wall to enjoy America's pastime even more with a hot dog or catering. 80 Makepeace. Reed Custom Soils. Soft as a grape. Bay Motor Inn. Point.
Go to the bottom of the first here on the Wareham Gateman Broadcast Network. Alex Feuz, Cade, Crenshaw, and Claire Foley with you. It's the last home game of this regular season. The Gatemen were eliminated for postseason contention because so many teams have played the Gatemen tough, but this Gatemen offense have been in it almost every single night. They played Katuitt so well last night, Cade. It was a game that if you were watching it outside and didn't know what transpired in the previous 41 games, you would have thought that this Gateman team was really solidified, and that's just really been the season, just the story of this season.
Yeah, just unfortunately, the Achilles heel of this group has been leaving runners on base, and that was the same last night. They left double digits yet again, 10 on the base pass for the Gatemen. That's a part of this team's struggles. More times than not, they rank in the top half of the league in team average among other offensive categories. They're not near the bottom on the offensive side. They're putting guys on base. They just aren't bringing them back around to score.
And here's Max Anderson to lead things off for this Gateman team, and he's just been one of my favorite players to watch this summer. Not only can he hit, got his 50th hit of the summer last night in Katuitt, but he can play almost every single position in the infield above average. Has played a lot of third, second, and first this summer. Well, Philip Abner deals a pitch high. 1-0 the count to Anderson. Abner deals the 1-0 pitch. Fastball that clips the zone. Now count even. 1-1. Max Anderson leads things off. Ryan Campos on deck. Will Rogers DHing and batting third. Owen D. Dottie in the cleanup spot tonight. Cam Meyer back in the fifth hole. Derek Fabian to follow. Batting seventh is Carter Graham. Batting eighth and behind the plate is Devin Burks. And to finish out this Gateman offense lineup for the last home game of the regular season is Cam Chick. Well, Anderson now behind 1-2. Abner looking to start strong in the bottom of the first inning. The 1-2 pitch to Anderson stays high and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rain still coming down here at Spillane Field in Wareham. You can feel a little bit of it in the booth. 2-2 outside. Now full count to Max Anderson. It's not the type of rain that will affect the infield at all. 3-2, missed outside. Trying to go breaking ball. Trying to get Anderson to chase. Holds up. That's the first walk of the night for Philip Abner. Here's Ryan Campos, who digs in the left-hander batter's box and was an all-star along with Abner this summer. Max Anderson on first, nobody out. It's the bottom of the first, no score between this Gateman offense and the Falmouth Commodores as Abner deals fastball low, 1-0 the count. Ryan Campos, another player that's really enjoyable to watch him to succeed this summer as a 1-0 breaking ball inside. 2-0 the count. Had to play the field today with the idea of Will Rogers, who DHing on deck if he has to pitch later on in the day. That way you don't have to worry about defensive changes or anything like that. As a breaking ball in the dirt. Now 3-0 the count to Campos. Like you mentioned, Cade, we'll see how this affects pitchers with just a slight rain. Abner deals 3-0. In there for a called strike. Just clipped the zone. 3-1 the count now. Infield playing straight away. Collins holding on. Anderson at first. The 3-1 pitch to Campos. Line over to third, but Mckenzie's going to boot it, and it gets into left field. Everyone's going to be safe, and now the Gatemen have first and second with nobody out here in the bottom of the first. You ruled an infield hit. Tough play over there at third, especially in these wet conditions. Max Anderson on second base. Ryan Campos over at first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. No score. Abner out of the stretch. Deals a pitch to Rogers. A high fly ball to left field. Calling off his Morphin there to make the play. One away here in the first.
Now batting the left fielder from Oregon, number 14, Owen Diodati.
Just got under it. On the first pitch he saw from Abner, to try to do a job.
Now a ground ball can get Abner out of the inning and take away the scoring threat from the Gatemen, but you've got a player who hasn't hit too many ground balls. 3 homers on the season, 11 driven in for Diodati.
Was intentionally walked twice last night by Mike Roberts and the Kettleers. First pitch swinging, hits that one in foul territory over the third base dugout out of play. Now count now 0-1. First and second for Wareham. One down here in the first inning. Still no score. Abner set. Kicks and deals. The 0-1 popped up out of play once again. But Abner moves ahead 0-2. Middle infield looking to turn 2. The 0-2 pitch of Diodati. A hot shot right over to first, so Collins can't come up with it. The throw down to second. They'll get one. Would have been a double play if fielded cleanly by Collins. The ball went right into his glove. It bounced out at the last second. Recovered in time to get Campos out at second. But now it's first and third for Cam Meyer.
Great recovery from Collins over at first. You're right, he just batted down the ball initially, made the 360 turn and throw. Mooney covering the bag well in time. You at least get a key second out, which would take away the sacrifice opportunity.
As the rain coming down a bit harder, though, we've seen it impact the defense here in the first inning. Runners on the corners, 2 down. Cam Meyer. Breaking ball. Called strike. 0-1 the count. Anderson over at third. Diodati on first. The 0-1 pitch. Shot foul right into the dugout of the Commodores. Appears everyone is okay. A rare occurrence to have the lights on right away here at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, this rain across Cape Cod is going to be impacting some games. Let's say at Cotuit tonight with no lights.
0-2, fastball high. 1-2 the count.
And while a game like this one doesn't impact playoff standings for anyone, a game like for Cotuit or Hyannis or even Bourne this evening, those are 3 teams that are all separated by a single point. It's Hyannis at 50, the other 2 at 49 points for the top 3 seeds in the West.
Runners go. The 0-2 pitch, though, is cut on a miss to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left. We go to the top of the second. Still no score. Stay with us on the Gateman Broadcast Network.
T-Mobile is proud to sponsor the Cape Cod Baseball League. T-Mobile believes that when small towns thrive, America thrives. That's why they're investing billions to bring fast, reliable, and affordable wireless service beyond the big cities to small towns across America. There's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit T-Mobile.com/acrossamerica to find out more.
Welcome back here to Spillane Field. Let's send it down to our own Claire Foley on the sidelines. Claire?
Thanks, guys. Although it's the last game of the season here at Spillane, there's a lot we're celebrating tonight. Of course, we celebrate the achievements of the players on the field, but also we want to recognize the efforts that go on behind the scenes to make this all possible. In our pregame ceremony, we recognized our 25 host families who opened their homes to players, coaches, and interns, and none of this would be possible without them. We also recognized our extraordinary volunteers, including our Volunteer of the Year, Carl Saberin. And on top of all that, we have two birthdays tonight in our shortstop, Derek Fabian, and our beat writer, Barrett Hodgson. So happy birthday to Derek and Barrett, and thank you to all who made the 22 season possible.
Well, it's pretty special to see just how many people are put into this great puzzle that's put together every single summer. It's a whole team effort from the bottom to the top. And we couldn't have done it without everyone involved with every organization this summer. It's one of the just so amazing things to see. This random people at the start welcome in the best baseball talent in the world into their homes every summer.
You're exactly right, Alex. And that's what it all comes down to. Both the Cape Cod Baseball League or other leagues across the country, none of that would be possible without the host family programs that each have. So you can never say thank you enough to these families who use a great word, generosity, open up their homes to complete strangers and house them for, an 8-week-long season, provide somewhere for them to do their laundry, eat a warm meal, and just sleep in a bed for these players who some have traveled from all the way on the West Coast, others from internationally on some other teams. It's a special, special part of summer collegiate baseball.
Top of the second we go. Travis Steele on the mound. It'll be Pickney, Collins, and Cromwick due up here in the second. Staley worked the minimum here in the first. A line out right back to him and a double, but was caught stealing over at third. Got Borfin to fly out. Well, first pitch, a slider in there for a called strike to Pickney. Ahead 0-1. So rain continues to come down here at Spillane. Pickney drills one to left field, or right field. Diodati on the track. It's going to be off the wall. Rounding first, cruising into second. It will stop in a hurry as Andrew Pickney with a leadoff double here in the second. Well, here's Corey Collins, the second double of the ball game for Staley. Corey Collins at the University of Georgia. With a runner in scoring position here in the second inning. Staley deals. Fastball called strike. Ahead 0-1. Staley has yet to fall behind any hitter. The first pitch dealt. He's a strike thrower from what we've seen all summer out of the bullpen, but has given up 4 home runs. Got to limit the big hit here. 0-1 pitch, caught on a miss. Nasty breaking ball. Now Staley ahead, 0-2. Staley has a lot of control over his breaking pitches. 13 strikeouts this summer to 5 walks. Like I said, a strike thrower. That's what you're looking for here. Ahead 0-2. Fastball low. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Collins. Andrew Pickney off second base. He started this inning off with a double. Staley takes his time, now comes set. Kicks and deals a 1-2 pitch. Fastball low. Well, 2 balls and 2 strikes. There was about 30 seconds in between pitches that time before Staley even came set. Taking his time, making this one his game. What we've seen from Staley is he's a quick worker up until someone gets in scoring position. And he likes to slow things down, try to pick up the advantage. The 2-2 offering just outside. Count now full. And Harvey Shapiro yelling from the Gateman dugout, saying that was strike 3. No score here in the top of the second inning. Pickney in scoring position on second. Staley set at the waist. Kicks and deals a payoff pitch. Line and foul. Straight back up here. Count now remains full. Three balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the top of the second inning. That one popped up in foul territory. Carter Graham moves over to make the grab. 1 away here in the second. Well, Cade, as you mentioned, the pregame show, Staley's going to have to force weak contact. Did so there. Popped it up in foul territory for Carter Graham to make the play. First pitch to Cromwick, low. Pickney over at second base. 1 down here in the second inning. Cromwick hits that one foul out of play. Count moves 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, cut on and miss. Breaking the ball down and away to get Cromwick swinging. Now 2 down here in the second.
Now batting the second baseman from Boston College, number 13, Patrick Roach.
Well, here's Patrick Roche with 2 away. And Travis Staley in the game and trying to spoil a leadoff double by Andrew Pickney. Two down here in the top of the second. Still no score. Breaking ball in the dirt. 1-0 the count to Roche.
Roche in his debut game for the Commodores tonight.
A lot of new names in this Commodores lineup from what we saw the last time we saw him about a week ago. 1-0. He just clipped him. Well, he'll go to first base on a hit by a pitch. Staley recovered nicely after giving up a leadoff double to Pinckney. Got Collins to pop up in foul territory and a strikeout to Cromwick, but on the second pitch to Roche, hit him.
Just needs to settle in here. All you need is one out, and you can go to any base.
First and second, 2 away, and the top half of the second inning. It's the final home game of this Cape Cod collegiate season for the Gatemen. Breaking ball outside. I want to know the count. Well, we've mentioned Staley, a strike thrower. That's the first time he's fallen behind a hitter. The first pitch. Count 1-0. Mckenzie pops it up. Drifting over in foul territories, both Meyer and Campos both run out of room. Evens up the count. 1-1. Now the Geese flying over Spillane. The signs of summer ending.
The Geese made their presence known the other night when Katuitt was in town. Landed in right center field and had to be chased out of here.
I've never seen that before in a baseball game. But it would not be a Falmouth game without some form of animal interruption, as a 1-1 pitch in the dirt to Burks, count 2-1. Many times we go there, we are interrupted by a rabbit on the field.
They have that entire left field line past the dugout with no fencing. It's exposed to the forestry there, so it's no stranger to a little rabbit hop out onto the field occasionally.
2 balls and 1 strike to the lefty Anthony Mckenzie. The 2-1 pitch, breaking ball to dirt. Now 3-1 the count. Well, after a leadoff double by Pinckney, but 2 outs quickly. Hit by a pitch to Roche. Now Staley behind 3-1 in a bit of a trouble here. Staley's set. Gives a look back over to Pinckney at second. Deals a pitch way inside, and that clipped him as well. The ball gets away from Burks. Pinckney thought it come home, but sticks to third. Now bases loaded with 2 away here in the second inning.
Staley's worked himself into this jam. Had a runner at second with 2 outs, inning just 1. He's hit back-to-back to load him up.
Here's Tapton Hensley with the bases loaded and 2 away here in the second inning. Still no score. There's rain still coming down. We saw the rain affect Philip Abner and the defense of the Commodores in the bottom of the first, and breaking ball high. 1-0 the count to Hensley. You can make the argument that it's also affected Staley here in the second.
And it's going to continue to affect him. These slippery conditions, you can have just a near miss, and those past 2, I mean, they weren't squared up into the backs of Roche and Mckenzie. They were just barely clipping a thread of their jerseys. Their near misses on pitches left inside from Staley. So you can have to work away from hitters in conditions like this.
My weather app says that this condition is going to continue for the next hour. This is something that both of these 2 clubs are going to have to live with for the time being. The 1-0 pitch. Hit into right, drifting over in foul territories. Diodati will run out of room. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. Bases loaded, 2 away. In the top of the second. Staley set. In agreement with Burks. A 1-1 pitch. Fastball cut out and miss. Ahead 1-2. Staley needed that one. Not a single open bag here in the second inning. Ahead on the ready, Hensley. Staley comes set. In agreement with Devin Burks behind home calling the signs. The 1-2 pitch. Slider outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. A decent crowd on hand for, it's just the annoying rain. You'll get wet if you're out in it though. 2-2 just low, now full count. Staley and the rest of this Gateman defense thought that was called strike 3. The count now full. The Hensley, the right-hander at the plate.
No secret about it. Next pitch is a big one from Staley. If I was him, I would go fastball inner half against this righty hitter. Maybe try to induce a ground ball, keep it low in the zone, make him roll over it.
Bases loaded. 2 away. The 3-2 pitch. Fastball high. Walks in a run here in the second as the Falmouth Commodores take a 1-0 lead here in the top of the second. A leadoff double.
Now batting the shortstop from Duke, number 4, Alex Mooney.
Started this rally. But Staley thought, I would think he would have gotten out of it because you got a weak contact pop-up by Collins and then a strikeout to Gromick, but he hit the next 2 hitters, a walk to bring in a run, and now Eddie Marco will go out to the mound and have a conversation.
Yeah, it's a situation he's worked himself in. He's going to have to work himself out. Like you said, Alex gave a leadoff double, and he's given up 3 free passes to walk in a run moments ago.
It rolls over the top of the lineup, and Alex Mooney, who had a line shot right back to Staley on the mound. He'll settle for that here. Bases remain loaded with 2 away here in the top of the second inning as the Commodores have a 1-0 lead. Staley's set. Deal is the pitch to Mooney low. 1-0 the count. The first start of the summer for Staley here tonight. Faced the minimum in the top of the first. But a struggle to just get that third out as Mooney fouls that one away. Count even 1-1. It's games like these, though, Cade, that it's been the story of the summer. The Gatemen just struggled to just find that third out at times.
You've got a power hitter at the plate, 5 homers this summer for Mooney, not the opponent you want to see in the box in this moment.
1-1 pitch to Mooney, line, base hit into left field. That will score 2. Rounding third and coming home is Roche. Now here comes Mckenzie at the plate. The play's going to be not in time. A base hit that scores 2 as the Commodores take a 3-0 lead here in the top of the second inning.
Now batting the designated hitter from Florida, number 7, Colby Halter.
Now first and second, still 2 outs for Colby Halter. The 8th Commodore to face Staley here in the second inning, and that will bring Harvey Shapiro out to make a call to the bullpen. So we'll take a quick break here on the Gateman Broadcast Network. It's a 3-0 Commodores lead with 2 away here in the second inning. Stay with us on the Gateman Broadcast Network.
If you or a family member have been hurt at work, don't wait for the insurance company to discontinue your benefits or deny you medical treatment. Get an experienced workers' compensation attorney now before it's too late. The lawyers at Reedy, Kiernan, and McNally, LLP, have been practicing workers' compensation law for many years and are experts in the field of workers' compensation law. Having the advantage of retaining an attorney early on may make all the difference in your case. Know your rights. Be prepared and contact Reedy, Kiernan, and McNally, LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham and 2318 Acushnet Avenue in New Bedford. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website www.rkm-law.com. Continuing with our corporate sponsors, we also want to recognize and thank Franklin Sports, Cape Destinations, Sullivan Tire, Highline Cruises, Barnstable Bats, Sunderland Printing, Axis Bats, Cape Space, Christmas Tree Shops, UFOs, T-Mobile, Boston Better Business Bureau, Fairway Financial, Rogers Gray, and of course, thank you to Major League Baseball for over 50 years of support.
Soft as a Grape has 10 retail locations on Cape Cod. So even when you're cheering on your gateman at any away games, stop into a Soft as a Grape store for the best Cape Cod products. No trip to the Cape is complete without a trip to Soft as a Grape.
Back in Wareham as we sit in the top of the second inning, the first call to the bullpen has been made by Coach Shapiro. Travis Staley's day is done after an inning and 2/3 for his first start of the season. He leaves runners at first and second for Joseph White, the left-hander out of Central Alabama Community College, a sophomore standing at 6 foot, 180 pounds. Alex, Joseph White, he goes by Charlie, so that's what we'll know him as. Charlie White's a player out of Bowling Springs, Pennsylvania, who redshirted at Delaware this past season, elected to lead the Blue Hens program, and will be enrolling at Central Alabama Community College in the fall. He's a player who is seeing his first in-game action since he was a senior in high school at Bowling Springs High.
Pretty special for Charlie White to make his season debut, and it's a big spot in the game. The game had already trailed 3-0 here in the top of the second inning. 2 outs, though, here in the second. It's first and second for the Commodores, and Colby Halter already doubled today. White looks on. White deals, Bishop Halter breaking ball outside.
And White's a player who is a mystery for a lot of folks because, like I said, you haven't seen him pitch since his senior year of high school, now a year removed.
Breaking ball in the dirt, a good stop there by Burks, though. Advancement from either first or second for the Commodores. The one connection, though, the head coach at Central Alabama used to coach here in Wareham, and is good friends with Harvey Shapiro, and that's the connection to how and Charlie White's on this team. A 2-0 pitch, grounded over to Graham, fielded, and he'll cover the first base bag himself to end the inning. Well, 3 runs were scored by the Falmouth Commodores as they take a 3-0 lead. We go to the bottom of the second. Stay with us on the Gateman Broadcast Network.
We appreciate and thank the sponsors who support the Cape League and the 10 teams. Our corporate sponsors are the financial backbone of the league. It is with their support that we are able to preserve our long-standing tradition of providing the best family entertainment here on Cape Cod, free of charge. On behalf of the 9 other teams, the Wareham Gatemen, league officers, and the entire Cape League family, we would like to announce and thank our 2022 corporate sponsors. With much appreciation, we recognize the Yawkey Foundation, Gibson Sotheby's, Curry College, the 99 Restaurants, Coca-Cola Bottling of Cape Cod, Badger Sport, Zephyr Hats, Cape Cod 5 Cents Saving Bank, Milton Cat, Mosquito Marys, Massachusetts State Lottery. We will be back to you in the next inning for the second half of this outstanding list of loyal sponsors.
Bottom of the second inning here from Spillane Field as the sun finally makes an appearance for the first time in over 5 hours here in Wareham, Massachusetts. Alex Feuz, Cade Crenshaw, and Claire Foley with you. I mean, Derek Fabian, Carter Graham, and Devin Brooks due up for the gateman here in the second.
Fabian, a player who saw his 7-game hit streak come to a close last night, but didn't draw walks, so the on-base streak goes to 8.
Abner deals it, breaking ball outside. 1-0 count to Fabian, a Florida Gator. Repping the whole 9 yards. The cleats, the gloves, the leg guard, all Florida Gator blue.
Pair of Gainesville teammates facing off here.
1-1. Fastball called strike. And Abner ahead 1-2. (3-0) Falmouth here in the bottom of the second inning. As Philip Abner deals a 1-2 breaking ball in the dirt. As Fabian goes down swinging, the throw down the first is going to be in time. The drop third strike. And here's Carter Graham, who's really broken out over the last week, Cade. Has now 2 home runs under his belt after not having one all summer long, especially after hitting 22, more than anyone on the Stanford team.
And you expected that from him this summer, and he was a little bit of a late bloomer for this group, but he looks like he's finally turned that corner for his offensive side. A multi-hit game yesterday at Katua.
First pitch, lined right to center field. Pickney drifts over, takes a few steps to his right to make the play. 2 away. But that's been the story of Carter Graham this summer. Just no luck. It's the hard contact, but right at people. Now 2 down. Here's Devin Burks. Nobody on, 2 away in the bottom of the second inning. Abner, a breaking ball in the dirt. Got Burks to hold up, though. 1-0 count. The rain appears to have finally stopped. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball. A check down the first. First base umpire Tommy West says that Burks won a round and now count 1-1. Abner deals 1-1 breaking ball. Just low and 2 on the count, but Abner's been phenomenal. Obviously, 1 strikeout tonight so far. He's just given up 1 hit.
That makes it 19 and 26 innings this summer.
2-1. A deep drive to center field. Pickney drifts back to make the play to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We go to the top of the third. 3-0 Commodores. Stay with us on the Gateman Broadcast Network.
Curry College is where you go to become anything you want. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers with learning beyond the classroom. Explore undergraduate programs, NCAA Division III athletics, and continuing education and graduate studies, including 5th-year master's programs at curry.edu.
The Gateway Tavern, located on Marion Road in Wareham, offers an extensive but not exhaustive array of menu choices. They search for the finest in foods, ranging from garden fresh produce to hand-selected seafood, and have special menus that change daily. The Gateway Tavern is proud to be the official helmet of the Wareham Gatemen.
Gibson Sotheby's International Realty is proud to sponsor the Cape Cod Baseball League, offering residential sales and vacation rentals across the Cape. We help you turn someday into right now. Each office is independently owned and operated. Sotheby's International Realty is a registered trademark. Top of the third we go, 3-0 Falmouth. As Charlie White back on the mound for his second inning of work, came in out of the pen in a tough situation, had runners on first and second with 2 away, but got a ground out by Colby Halter over to Carter Graham to end the inning. Was set to work his clean inning of work for the first time.
Now batting the right fielder from Arkansas, number 9.
While the rain has subsided here in Wareham, unfortunately, other Cape teams aren't so lucky, as Cotuit and Bourne, as well as Chatham and Whitey tonight, have had their games postponed due to the weather.
And like you said, 2 big games. That Cotuit and Bourne game means a lot for every team.
That'll definitely be played coming up on Wednesday before the playoffs begin Thursday, I would assume. Especially for Chatham as well. They needed a win to stay in the playoff hunt.
1-0. Fouled back. Count now 1-1. Mike Roberts, the field manager for the Cotuit Cavaliers, have played this game and team so tough the last 2 games. That one miss high, now 2-1 to count the Borford, but you play those last 2 games against Cotuit, one of the most strategical games we saw last night. So many pitching changes to matchups, hitters, as Borford drills one to center field, drifting back his chick to make the grab. 1 away here in the 3rd inning. But I was talking with some people last night. That game, I'm surprised more teams don't strategize like that. Between Harvest Shapiro and Mike Roberts last night, they were managing that game like it was a Game 7 of the World Series.
Well, and that's the reason why they've both have Cape League titles to their credit. And that's what you have to do, and especially in these late summer situations. Of course, the development of the players is still at the forefront, but also everyone here wants to bring home a championship. That's one of the great memories you can have in summer collegiate baseball, is the hunt for the title that only one team can lay claim to each and every year. Of course, Mike Roberts and company for Cotuit winning it back in 2019. Coach Shapiro, when he was with Bourne back in 2009, they understand what that's like, and strategy plays a huge role.
Fastball miss high now. White behind. 2-0 against Pinckney. Doubled and scored back in the second. An inning that Falmouth took a 3-0 lead. Now this Falmouth team back in the playoffs. The 2-0 hit foul out of play. The game in now 2 years in a row missing the playoffs. Tried to play spoiler last night against Cotuit. Obviously Cotuit's in, but you can still spoil home field advantage in the playoff picture for Cotuit.
Yeah, and I think back to last year when Wareham missed the playoffs. And it's a situation where last summer only the top 2 teams in each division made it. Had they gone with the regular 4-team format like they do now and have every year since the COVID year since 2010, then the Gatemen would have been in the playoff picture last year. This season, though, just some trials and tribulations had them on the outside.
Well, now 2 quick outs for Charlie White. We'll send up Corey Collins, who popped up out of play back in the second. But you're right. I mean, this Gateman team, besides, I mean, you look at the record and, wow, this team really struggled, but they were in almost every single game. They just lacked that big hit. Fastball inside, 1-0 the count. That's baseball. I mean, it's so tough. So tough to win nowadays, too. This White set and deals breaking ball high. Now 2-0 the count. Nobody on, 2 outs here in the third. It's a 3-0 Commodores lead. White making his season debut with a Gateman tonight. The 2-0 breaking ball in the dirt gets past Burks. Now count now 3-0 to Corey Collins. White deals a 3-0 fastball called strike. Trying to fight back now to work a 1-2-3 inning. Decent crowd on hand with the rain. The 3-1 pitch, fastball called strike. Now ahead in a full count now. Both the infield and outfield playing straight away. The payoff pitch stays high, so Collins works a walk. That's White's first walk given up tonight. And that brings up Josiah Cromwick. Was supposed to be a Wareham Gateman this summer, but released before the season started, and as soon as that happened, the Commodores picked him up later on in the summer. A 196 hitter. Got on a miss on the first pitch, dealt by White, now behind 0-1. A rep in the lime green shoes. University of Oregon player, future teammate of Owen Diodati over there in right field for the Gatemen. 0-1 pitch, a chopper over to third. Meyer will look for the easy out at second to Anderson to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We go to the bottom of the third inning. It's a 3-0 Falmouth lead. Stay with us on the Gateman Broadcast Network.
We want our money to work as hard for us when we retire as we did working to accumulate it. My name is Steve Anzoni, and I am president of Fairway Financial Insurance Agency. Money is just a tool to help you to do what you ultimately want to do, which is to travel, spend time with your kids, grandkids, and do other stuff. And I want to be the guy that's going to help you navigate the course of life, to help you avoid those sand traps and get you onto the green and into the hole with greater financial confidence.
Gateman Baseball is officially sponsored by Robertson's GMC, the truck professionals. Located just 2 miles away on Cranberry Highway, Robertson's GMC, we are professional grade, power like a pro.
Serving southeastern Massachusetts and Rhode Island, Office Technology Group has been the area's source for advanced digital multifunctional copiers since 2009. Call Office Technology Group at 508-858-5825.
Back here at Spillane, Alex Feuz, Cade, Crenshaw, and Claire Foley with you for the one final time. So final home game of this 2022 Cape Cod Collegiate season for the Wareham Gatemen. A final game tomorrow night in Orleans. It was a second game of the season and haven't been back there since. Wrap up the final time. The Gatemen take the road. It will be Cam Chick, Max Anderson, and Ryan Campos due up in the bottom of the third, down by 3, looking to get something going. One of the toughest parts of the lineup.
Now batting the center fielder from Missouri, number 19, Cameron Chick.
Cam Chick, 2 for 17 since joining this Gateman team. Mckenzie over at third, playing in for potential bunt here. Abner deals a pitch outside, 1-0 the count. Falmouth scored all 3 runs in the top of the second. The game had yet to answer. A grounder over to second. Roche will fire to Collins in time over there at first. 1 down here in the third.
Now batting the second baseman.
Here's Max Anderson. Walked in the first. That bumps up his on-base percentage over 370 now. An on-base machine. Has played in every single game this summer for the Gatemen. That's one of the most unbelievable players to watch this summer. Abner deals a breaking ball, called strike. A slow curve right over home.
Anderson, a player, went 3 for 5. Last night's loss, Akatuit. All 3 were just singles, but took the batting average back north of 300.
0-1 hit out of play. Behind 0-2. Seven doubles, 2 homers, 16 ribbies. The 0-2 pitch, breaking ball in the dirt. He's been a mainstay in the lineup all summer. Always in the top half of the order. Was an all-star for this Gateman team 2 weeks ago here at Spillane. As Abner set with 1 out here in the bottom of the third inning. The 3-0 Commodores lead as Anderson calls time. 51 hits on the summer for Anderson. Over half those came in the month of July. 1-2. Chopper over to short. Mooney fielded on a hop. Throw to first. In time, 2 away. Here's Ryan Campos. Singled in the first, and the only Gateman with a hit so far tonight. Campos heading into his sophomore year for Arizona. One of the other hardest workers on this team. Abner deals a breaking ball, cut on a miss, ahead 0-1. It's usually a tie. It's between Ryan Campos, Blake Wright, and Max Anderson, the first ones to the field. Abner deals the 0-1 pitch to Campos, outside. The rain finally stopping here at Spillane, and the sun now peering through. It's one of the coldest nights we've had in about a month. Abner deals a 1-1 pitch. Fastball called strike. Campos held up, but now behind 1-2. Nobody on, 2 away in the bottom of the third. Gateman only have 1 hit. And that's thanks to Ryan Campos, who's at the plate now. The 1-2 pitch, breaking ball fouled away. Count holds 1-2.
And you can keep that foul ball courtesy of attorney Glenn Hannington and his daughter Tevis.
This Commodores team has played the Gatemen so tough all summer. The 1-2 pitch, chopper up the middle, could be trouble, but Mooney will play it on a hop and throw to first base in time to end the inning. Mooney steals a hit away from Campos to end the inning. So a 1-2-3 inning for Abner. We go to the top of the fourth. It's a 3-0 Falmouth lead. Stay with us on the Gateman Broadcast Network.
Mark Deshays has been practicing law in southeastern Massachusetts for over 30 years. His primary focus is on all aspects of real estate law, including residential and commercial real estate transactions, commercial leasing, land development, land use and zoning law, and land conservation matters. If you need representation, call now at 508-993-2300.
Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. Please remember to recycle your empty bottles, cans, and all other recyclable materials. It only takes 6 recycled plastic bottles to make a new baseball cap.
Top of the fourth here in Wareham. Analyst, Feuz, Cade, Crenshaw, and Claire Foley with you. Charlie White back on the mound for his third inning of work. It's a 3-0 Falmouth lead. Patrick Roche, Anthony Mckenzie, and Captain Hensley due up here in the fifth. Oh, first time seeing Charlie White as it deals with a breaking ball called strike. What do you like so far?
Well, he's worked through hitters in different ways. He's faced 5, gotten 3 ground balls, a fly out, and a walk to this point. He's a player who is going to be a ground ball pitcher, meaning his stuff is going to find barrels more times than not. But because of his location and because of his speed, those pitchers are going to get rolled over more times than not because they're diving into the zone rather than just sitting flat.
Got a ground ball foul. Now ahead 0-2 with nobody on and nobody out. Fastball upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I can't imagine being Charlie White. You know, you go into college baseball, don't really make the track that you want to do, transfer to a community college, but make it to the Cape. It's a pretty interesting path. But has looked pretty good out of the pen in his first time pitching with a Gateman today. And 2 balls and 2 strikes to the right-hander. Roche at the plate. Pitch. High fly ball to center field. Chick moves back there to make the play. 1 away here in the fourth. In the back end of the Cape, as you know, summer collegiate baseball is going to change with the draft moving back and other things being impacted by it. And it gives an opportunity to players who, well, a few years ago wouldn't be here. Here's Anthony Mckenzie. Hit by a pitch and scored back in the second. Breaking ball just inside. 1-0 the count. 3-0 Falmouth here in the fourth. White deals. Pitch inside. With not too many faces in the Gateman pen, Charlie White will have to try to give the Gateman distance here as a chopper foul. Count now 2-1. Two-one pitch outside. And White, I think, thought that was a strike. He never wanted to show an umpire like that on the mound.
Like we said, it's a player who's in his first competitive baseball game since he was a senior in high school.
3-1. A deep drive. Back is Campos on the track at the wall. It's off the wall. Rounding first and cruising in. Standing up as second is Anthony Mckenzie. And the Commodores have a runner in scoring position here in the top of the fourth with 1 away.
Their third double of the night. It goes Halter, Pinckney later in the second. Now here Mckenzie in the fourth. A Commodore team that has extra base hit power throughout the order.
Hensley walked in the second, which scored a run. And another high fly ball to center field. Chick moves in. Moving back is Anderson. Can't make the play. Everyone's going to be safe. Runners on the corners now. Let's see how they rule it. It should be a hit, I think.
Indeed it is. That's a ball that's just left in no man's land. And for Max Anderson, yes, he's trying to make the play on it, but it was going to take extraordinary effort to try to corral that over-the-shoulder type catch. That's a base hit.
Well, now runners on the corners, still only one out. And here's Alex Mooney. He came up clutch for the Commodores back in the second. Had a base hit that scored 2. White deals a pitch inside for a caught strike. 0-1 the count.
I'm not sure I've ever seen this. There's a member of the media, a cameraman, standing in the third base coach's box for Falmouth. He needs to watch out over there.
0-1, runner goes. Grounded over to Fabian, who will throw to first base. But on a hit and run situation, that scores a run on the fielder's choice. Ground out the short. Moving up to second is Hensley with 2 away.
From Florida, number 7, Colby Halter.
Well, here's Colby Halter. Doubled in the first. And grounded out in the second. As the Commodores now lead 4-0 here in the top of the 4th inning.
Mooney's now driven in 3 of the 4 runs scored from Falmouth this evening.
No movement in the Gateman pen yet. White just 1 out from getting out of this inning. White set. Deal shows bunt. Is Halter drops it down, and it's a good one. White throws it first, and it's wild. The throw gets away from everyone. Here comes Hensley, and he scores. Moving to third now is Colby Halter. And now it's a 5-0 Commodores lead here in the 4th inning. And things are starting to get away from this Gateman team.
Lay down as a base hit single with an error against the Gateman.
Well, here's Jace Borfin. Halter all the way over at third on the error throw from White. A pitch up high. A 1-0 the count. Five nothing Commodores here in the 4th inning. As Charlie White deals, it's a bullet, but it's a fair ball right over to Graham, who will touch first to end the inning, but not before Falmouth can add 2 more on. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 5-0 Commodores. Stay with us on the Gateman Broadcast Network.
Whether it's life insurance to safeguard your loved ones, an umbrella policy to protect your teen driver, or making sure your home is covered from storm damage, Rogers Gray is there to guide you. Insurance is more than just a box to check. Trust Rogers Gray, a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Summer is here, and we are finally back to enjoying all our favorite outdoor activities. As temperatures rise, so does the risk for unexpected injuries. South Coast Health Urgent Care Centers are open, safe, and here to provide the care you need when you need it. Our 7 locations are open 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday, and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday. Walk-ins are welcome, and having a South Coast Health physician is not required. Visit southcoast.org/urgent care to check wait times and reserve your spot today.
Reed Custom Soils is New England's leading provider of lightweight planting soil for green roof installations and is the exclusive New England supplier of stabilized stone dust. Reed Custom Soils services over 300 golf courses and provides unique blends to fit your needs, all by experienced precision blenders. To learn more about how Reed Custom Soils can serve you, call toll-free 1-800-924-5335 or head to reedcustomsoils.com.
Need physical therapy? Select Physical Therapy works directly with you and your physician to create a plan of care that meets your goals and needs, with 6 locations on Cape Cod and more across the country. Select Physical Therapy is the official provider of athletic training for the Wareham Gatemen.
As we make our way into the bottom of the 4th, Falmouth leads Wareham 5-0, and a call to the pin has been made by Coach Trudy, the first of the night, to bring in Braden Matthews, a 6'1", 185-pound right-hander out of Walter State Community College. Tonight, his 5th appearance on Cape. Previously, 6 innings pitched. He surrendered 7 hits, 4 runs allowed, just 3 of those earned, though. A pair of walks and 6 strikeouts as he enters tonight's game with a 1-0 record and a 4.50 ERA. Alex?
He'll set the face. Will Rogers, Owen Diodati, and Cam Meyer as the Gatemen now trail 5-0 in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Commodores team scored 2 in the top half of this inning. And Braden Matthews comes out of the pen with 5 runs to protect him, as Rogers will fly out to Pinckney on the first pitch he saw. The second time tonight. This time, the center field Pinckney. Rogers only saw 2 pitches so far tonight and 2 flyouts. Well, here's Owen Diodati reach on a fielder's choice back in the first. Nobody on with 1 away. For the future Oregon Duck. Matthews breaking ball outside. Gatemen yet just have 1 hit tonight. Came back in the first inning by Ryan Campos. Matthews kicks and deals a 1-0, breaking ball in the dirt. Now 2-0 the count to Diodati. If he joined this Gateman team any sooner, he would have been an all-star. If the numbers kept up. Pitch out in there for a called strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. A .357 hitter this summer. Matthews deals a 2-1 pitch, grounded right back to him on the mound. Take his time, throw over to Collins at first. 2 away here in the 4th inning. Game and offense pretty quiet tonight.
Indeed they are. And it's not for the lack of trying. They've put a ton of balls in play, just 2 strikeouts here this evening as they're working through their order for the second time.
Two quick outs here in the 4th inning, and here's Cam Meyer, struck out swinging to end the first. Breaking ball outside. 1-0 the count. Matthews deals. 1-0 pushes Meyer off the plate. Now behind 2-0. It's turned into a nice night here at Spillane Field. The first hour or so between pregame festivities and the first few innings. Pitches sprinkles. There's a pitch cut on a miss. Now 2 balls and 1 strike to Cam Meyer. Matthews deals slider just low. Now 3-1 the count. Only 1 walk on the summer to 5 strikeouts. Trying to work a good at bat here if you're Cam Meyer. 3-1 pitch. A high pop up in the infield. Mckenzie now in foul territory. Now drifts back over right on the line to make the play to end the inning. Well, for the 3rd inning in a row, the Gatemen go down 1-2-3. Top of the 5th we go. 5-0 Falmouth. Stay with us on the Gatemen Broadcast Network.
Want your daily dose of news? Lucky for you, Wareham, Sipicon, and now Dartmouth Week has you covered. Whether you live in Wareham or in the surrounding areas, you can count on up-to-date news on sports, schools, and even the fine arts, courtesy of the partnership between Wareham, Sipicon, and Dartmouth Week. Head to theweektoday.com and search Wareham, Sipicon, or Dartmouth for more.
The Gateman would like to thank Wareham Country Market for helping to feed the Gateman players and staff after games. They are located about a quarter of a mile from the field on Route 6, offering a convenience store, a Dunkin' Donuts, and a deli.
Wareham House of Pizza has been serving Wareham and Marion for over 40 years with steak and cheese, pizza, and subs. Located in Shaw's Plaza, head on over for pickup or let them deliver to you.
One of the Gateman's favorite places for their post-game meals is Cool Cone, where you can get anything from fried clams and fried chicken to an ice cream sundae, and then top it all off with a round of mini golf. Cool Cone, located on Route 6 on the Wareham-Marion line.
Now we go to the top of the fifth here at Spillane. It's a 5-0 Commodores lead. 3 runs were scored in the second, 2 of them in the fourth. White deals a pitch low. Andrew Pickney 1-0 the count now. Pickney doubled and scored in the second. Line drive just foul. A hard hit ball, if that was fair, could have been gone. It was just a line drive bullet.
Hey, happy August, by the way, Alex.
Fake knee grounds it over to third. Picked up by Fabian. Throws a first. He got him. What a play by Derek Fabian. Backed up Cam Meyer, who dove but couldn't get there in time. 1 away here in the fifth.
Yeah, Cam Meyer dove on it, and Fabian literally had to leap over his infield teammate to make that throw.
One down here in the fifth. Pitch outside. Collins. Gaiman just had 1 hit tonight. Pitch caught on a miss. Heaves on the count now 1-1. Corey Collins popped up out of play in the second and walked in the third. White deals a 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball cut on a miss. Nasty breaking ball there from White. Count now 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Fastball high. Josiah Cromwick on deck for the Commodores. How about that play by Derek Fabian? 2-2, way inside, right at the shoulders of Collins, now count full. A payoff pitch, cut on a miss, nasty breaking ball. Once again, they get Collins swinging, 2 away. And here's Josiah Cromwick.
Catcher from Oregon, number 12, Josiah Cromwick.
Cromwick 0 for 2. A strikeout in the second. Foul straight back. 0-1 the count.
Cromwick's a player who only has just one extra base hit on the summer. That was a double out of his 11 knocks.
White set. The 0-1 pitch to Cromwick. Flied into right. Here comes Diodati. Charges in to make the grab to end the inning. Well, White responds with his own 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the fifth. It's a 5-0 Falmouth lead. Stay with us on the Gateman Broadcast Network.
After the game, visit El Mariachi on Main Street for the best Mexican food in Wareham. The cantina provides a delicious late-night snack accompanied by fun cocktails.
What's up, Gateman fans? Looking for Wareham jerseys, shirts, and hats? You can find all of that and more online at gateman.org/shop. Visit to get all your Gateman gear today.
Looking for a turnkey rental experience on the Cape? Gibson Sotheby's International Realty has a dedicated team of rental professionals ready to provide homeowners and guests with exceptional service. For Cape Cod rentals, nothing compares. Each office is independently owned and operated. Sotheby's International Realty is a registered trademark.
Catchers aren't the only ones protecting home. With Rogers Gray, you have more coastal homeowners insurance options and a true expertise in their people. Protect your home with Rogers Gray. Rogers Gray is a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Learn more at rogersgray.com.
Beat the heat and join us at Waterways, a water experience unlike any other this side of the bridge. Open daily, head over to the water park on Route 28, the Cranberry Highway.
Whether a night at the tap room for pub grub, dinner for the family, or a full-service catered event, Minkle Boys Catering. Food with passion. Book your event today.
Florida, number 37, Derek Fabian.
Bottom of the fifth inning here at Spillane Field. Alex Feuz, Cade, Crenshaw, and Claire Foley with you. The Gatemen trail 5-0 in the bottom of the fifth inning. It'll be Derek Fabian, Carter Graham, and Devin Burks set to face Braden Matthews in his second inning of work. Gatemen only have one hit. They came all the way back in the first inning. Matthews deals a breaking ball outside.
And I think back to that hit, Alex, that was a booted ball at third that took a weird hop off the grass. You could even call that an error. So the Gatemen are lucky that they have one hit here tonight. But they have been putting balls in play. They've struck out just twice.
1-0 lifted foul.
And you can keep that foul ball courtesy of attorney Glenn Hannington and his daughter Tevin.
Only 2 strikeouts tonight for this Gateman offense. Like you said, Cade, they're putting the ball in play. Already have a walk tonight. 1-1. Breaking ball fouled back. Now Fabian behind 1-2. It's a game that has no playoff implications. But still the Gatemen looking to get a win tonight over the Commodores. Matthews deals a 1-2 pitch to Fabian, fouled back once again. The stats don't matter. Obviously, if you're a hitter, not going to bring up your average no matter what you can do. 2 games remain tonight and tomorrow before the end of this Cape Cod season. Fabian, a line drive to right field. That's going to get down and go all the way to the wall. Rounding first and cruising into second. Standing up is Fabian with a leadoff double to start off the fifth, and that's the Gateman's second hit tonight.
Now batting the
Sometimes that's all it takes to spark up your offense. Fabian getting it started there with an extra base hit. You've got a player who's been red hot for extra base hits this week, Carter Graham. Pair of home runs in his last 4.
Hit a long fly out to Pickney in center with a second out back in the second inning. Comes up with a runner in scoring position for the first time since the first inning for the Gateman offense. They're down 5-0 in the bottom of the 5th. Fabian on second. Nobody out. Brady Matthews for the first time out of the stretch. Looks back to second. Now set. Here's the first pitch to Graham. Low and inside. 1-0 count. Matthews set. Deals a 1-0 breaking ball called strike. That's an interesting setup out of the stretch. Fabian thought about going. Caught Matthews' eye, who turned around, but either Roche or Mooney not covering the second base bag, so no throw. Well, come set again. The 1-0 pitch to Graham, fastball high. Two balls and one strike now on Carter Graham. 0 for 1 tonight. Nobody out here in the 5th. Matthews deals a 2-1 pitch. A bullet to left. Back is Borfin to make the grab. Well, 1 away. We'll say it again. I know we said it earlier. But Graham has a hard contact, which is what you're looking for, but right at people.
Yeah, eventually those will break through here and there, and it's just his first time playing summer ball, so he gets a big opportunity to step up and slowly working his way around. Like I said, he's finally turning that corner offensively.
And here's Devin Burks with 1 away. Derek Fabian in scoring position for the Gatemen. Down 5-0 here in the 5th. Matthews deals. Breaking ball in the dirt. 1 ball. No strikes now to Burks. A 250 hitter in his 11th game on the summer. 3 ribbies as well. No homers. He's been a contact hitter. Has really suited this team. He's gotten a lot of playing time behind the plate as of late as well. Matthews kicks and deals a 1-0 pitch. A deep drive to center field. Back is Pickney to make the catch. Tagging at second base is Fabian, who will slide in safely at third. So Burks does the job. Moves the runner over.
Now batting the center
Now
fielder
2 away
from
here in the
Missouri,
5th.
Number 19, Cameron Chick.
Here's Cam Chick, 0 for 1 tonight. Derek Fabian, 90 feet away from scoring. 2 down here in the 5th inning. Brandon Matthews set. Dixon deals a breaking ball. Called strike to Cam Chick. Two for 18 on the summer. 0-1 cut on a miss. Nasty breaking ball there. Matthews ahead, 0-2. Now that the photographer in the first base coach's box. 0-2. Fastball high. I've never seen that before.
Neither have I.
What if he'll go on the field next? 1-2 pitch upstairs.
I'm sure there are some great shots from behind the mound. Especially with a player hitting lefty at the plate. You got to be careful over there.
2-2. Line just fouled on the first base side.
Well, what did I say?
Now the cameraman moves back just a little bit. But now he's just looking at the photos on his camera. How about that? Fabian over at third. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Gateman down by 5. A 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball high. Now full count here to Cam Chick with Max Anderson on deck. Chick grounded out in the 3rd. Matthews set. A payoff pitch to Cam Chick. Got him swinging to end the inning. And the leadoff double by Fabian wasted here in the 5th. We go to the top of the 6th. Still a 5-0 Falmouth lead. Stay with us on the Gateman Broadcast Network.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be a long-standing supporter of the Cape Cod Baseball League and its contribution to the local economy as a treasured summer attraction. Cape Cod 5 is a community bank serving customers throughout Cape Cod, the islands, and southeastern Massachusetts. Founded in 1855, the bank's mission is to enrich the lives of those it serves while contributing to the health and vitality of its communities. Cape Cod 5 provides a full range of banking solutions, including personal and business banking, residential mortgages, investment management, and trust services.
Curry College is where you go to become anything you want. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers with learning beyond the classroom. Explore undergraduate programs, including new majors in environmental science, sport and recreation management, graphic design, marketing, and computer science. Online at curry.edu.
Top of the 6th inning here from Spillane Field. Alex Feuz, Cade Crenshaw, Claire Foley with you. It's a 5-0 Commodores lead as Charlie White back on the mound. Patrick Roche. Breaking ball inside. 1-0 the count. Pitch just missing it. Christian. Brendan Chisholm in right field for the Gatemen. Out of Canisius College. Diodati will exit the game. A defensive replacement for the Gatemen here in the 6th inning. 3-0 pitch, grounded over to Meyer at third. Picks it up, fires to Graham in time, 1 away. A 1 down here in the 6th, and Charlie White, besides the 4th inning where he gave up 2 runs, has looked phenomenal.
It really has, and you're talking about a player who hasn't pitched since high school. This is a rude awakening to wake up to in your next time on the bump. You're not only facing up against a wood bat league, but you're facing off against the best players in the country and the most prestigious wood bat league in the country.
Mckenzie looks at a breaking ball inside. 1-0 the count. Hit by a pitch in the 2nd and doubled in the 4th. Both times have scored tonight. Nobody on, 1 away. We're in the top of the 6th inning as White deals another breaking ball outside. And it appears that White has probably dumped a water bottle over his head in between innings. His hair drenched.
Well, the main reason being it was getting his face. He kept having to tuck it behind his ears.
Lined, just fouled down the left field side. Count now 2-1.
So that'll definitely help his cause.
Almost looks like Clevenger on the mound. 2 balls and 1 strike to Anthony Mckenzie. It's a Falmouth 5-0 lead. The 2-1 pitch to Mckenzie popped up out of play. Count moves 2-2. White set. Kicks and deals. Fastball high. Count moves full. We have seen a lot of full counts, though, from Charlie White. But has won a lot of them. Payoff pitch. Line just foul. On left field side of play. Little 3-2 again. Payoff pitch incoming to Anthony Mckenzie. White deals a pitch upstairs. That works a walk. Mckenzie over at first. 1 away here in the 6th inning, and here's Tafton Hensley. 1 for 1 with a walk and a run scored already tonight. A lot of production in this bottom half of the lineup for the Commodores. 4 out of the 5 runs have scored on the 7, 8, 9 hitters tonight. Breaking ball called strike. White ahead 0-1. What have you liked from Charlie White here in the 6th inning? That was 3rd inning of work.
We're willing to see what Charlie White looks like over the stretch. You know, early on you can deal your best stuff and it can get you places, but how are you once your second time through the order? And that's exactly what Charlie White is. So far he's really impressed me, Alex, in terms of how he's commanded the zone when it's his first time pitching in a competitive baseball game in over 2 years.
Oh, 1 breaking ball outside. 1 ball and 1 strike here to Hensley. Anthony Mckenzie on first. 1 down here in the 6th. It's a 5-0 Falmouth lead. Fastball high. 2-1 the count, and now it appears that there is some stretching going on behind the right field fence, which we have no advantage point of. It's covered in banners, but we can see the baseball being thrown back and forth. 2-1 pitch, grounded over to Meyer, throws to second. Anderson now defers in time. It's a 5-4-3 double play to end the 6th. Bottom of the 6th we go. 5-0 Commodores. Stay with us on the Gateman Broadcast Network.
Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. We offer over 400 different beverage choices on Cape Cod to quench every thirst, and more than 150 of those are low or no-calorie options.
With competitive pay, state-of-the-art facilities, and opportunities in service, sales, accounting, HR, marketing, IT, and more, a job at Milton Cat, the Northeast Caterpillar dealer, is more than a career choice. It's a choice career. Visit miltoncat.com/careers to join their growing team.
Bottom of the 6th here in Wareham. Alex Feuz, Cade, Crenshaw, Claire Foley with you for the final time here at Spillane Field. The game in down by 5. A look to They get back into it with a top of the lineup due up for the Gatemen. Max Anderson, Ryan Campos, and Will Rogers here in the 6th inning. Brandon Matthews back on the mound. Interesting weather above. Yeah. Behind us, it looks like it's sunny, but over right field, it looks as dark as it could be. The rain out of the forecast from what we saw. It looks like the rain is done, but dark cloud still looms above.
Gateman just working through the order for the 3rd time tonight. Beginning their 3rd trip through, the Commodores just completed theirs.
Max Anderson, Ryan Campos, and Will Rogers due up for the Gatemen in the bottom of the 6th. Matthews deals the pitch to Anderson, stays inside on the count. Max Anderson, an on-base percentage right around 370. Walked in the 1st, grounded out in the 3rd. 1-0 to Anderson. Fastball high. 2-0 the count. This is a hitter you have to be careful of what count you are in. A pure contact hitter at the plate. 2-0. Line drive, face it into left field. Right past the diving Mckenzie for the 3rd hit of the night for the Gatemen. It's Max Anderson. He's over at first base.
Left fielder from Arizona State, number 11, Ryan Campos.
Now that sends up the lefty Ryan Campos. He's 1 for 2 today. Now our friend is
photographer in the on-deck circle over here.
Cade, I'm sorry. I've never seen this before in my life.
It's dangerous. Like, somebody needs to help him.
Does he know, like, photographer etiquette? Breaking ball inside. I mean, 100 years ago, a fun fact, the photographers used to sit, like, right where he is. Oh, my gosh. Right now. I mean, this is...
He's taking a knee.
And now the home plate umpire is moving the photographer away. He was right on the field of play. Well, not in fair territory, of course, but
when the umpire has to tell you to move, it's never a good thing.
I've
It's
never
a
heard
safety
of
hazard.
Check back to first. Okay, this is, I mean, you and I have both been at so many baseball games. I've never been to a game where the umpire had to ask a photographer to get out of the way. Like 100 years ago, the photographer, I'll show you during the break, they used to sit. I mean, it's pretty crazy. Like right where that, the path to the home plate right there, that's like where they used to position back in like the late 1800s.
Well, now he's going beyond the fencing.
Breaking ball low. Doing on the count. Maybe he's offended now. Maybe he's packing up and leaving. Saying, I'm out of here.
He's headed to the parking lot. That may have just done it.
Did he even have a credential?
I'll show this umpire. I'll just leave.
Maybe he thought he got thrown out of the game. 2-0. High fly ball to center field. Big knee drifts in and make the play. 1 away. Hopefully he doesn't come up here.
Let's hope he doesn't come up here or make his way over into right field. You know, straying in right field.
1 away here in the 6th inning. I'm surprised.
I think he left. I think he's gone.
Well, I'll show you. I'll leave. 1 down here in the 6th inning. It's a 5-0 Commodores lead. Matthews deals a breaking ball low.
What gets me is the first and third base coaches' boxes didn't bother the home plate umpire, but the on-deck circle did. It's like that's where we draw the line.
think when he kneeled like 5 feet away from the foul line. Matthews set. The 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball outside.
Well, it's hard to miss him, too. He's wearing a lime green Hawaiian button-up. Just dangerous.
Matthews out of the stretch. Kicks in, deals a 2-0 pitch to Will Rogers. Called strike. 2-1 the count. And this reminds me a lot of the Polar Park weather. You know, it was a sky divided. That time, though, it was the right field sky. It looked perfect, and then the left field, not so much. But you got a nice rainbow as Will Rogers cuts and misses that breaking ball down and away over the right field side of play.
We also have an update, Alex. The photographer did not leave. He just made his way up into the press box.
Two balls and 2 strikes.
We better keep it down.
Got an angry photographer. 2-2. Line, but right at Mckenzie, who will throw to first, not in time. A line drive bullet right to Mckenzie for the second out. Check back to first base, but Anderson slides back in time.
I'd like to think you could, defend the booth if you had to. Oh,
me?
Oh, look. He's going back on the field now.
He's got the confidence back.
He heard us talking and said, that's enough. No one will question me.
Who would have thought that this photographer would entertain us so much? Well, Max Anderson over at first, 2 away here in the 6th inning. Matthews set at the waist. The deal is a pitch that got Chisholm right on the back, obviously pinch hitting. Well, he was a defensive replacement back in the 6th inning. So Chisholm now on first.
Now batting the third baseman from
Max
Georgetown,
Anderson moves to
number 10,
second
Cam Meyer.
with 2 away here in the 6th.
I think some of the fans are now asking him to, 1, go move to safety, and 2, get out of our way. There's a fan taking a photo of the photographer.
This is my view. Breaking ball called strike. Don't want the count. Well, he does have a credential. Now he's
back down to a knee. I get the angles, but still.
It's a dangerous spot.
Foul territory, you're right there along the backstop. Come on.
0-1 line, but right at second base in Roche, who bobbles it, recovers, throws to first in time to end the inning. Top of the 7th we go. 5-0 Falmouth. Stay with us on the Gateman Broadcast Network.
The Wareham Gatemen would like to thank Franklin Sports for their sponsorship of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Franklin is yet again proud to be the official batting glove of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Throughout the summer, all 10 Cape League teams are wearing their own custom team batting gloves, courtesy of Franklin Sports. Cape Cod to the major leagues. Only the best hitters in baseball wear Franklin gloves.
Finding a good personal injury attorney is very difficult. If you or your family member have been involved in an accident, hurt at work, suffered a slip and fall, or have been injured due to negligence of someone else, contact the lawyers at Reedy, Kiernan, and McNally, LLP today. They are experienced trial attorneys who practice in all of the courts in the Commonwealth. The firm has been recognized by Best Lawyers in America for outstanding legal representation. Contact Reedy, Kiernan, and McNally, LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham and 2318 Acushnet Avenue in New Bedford. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website www.rkm-law.com.
back here in the top of the 7th inning here at Spillane Field. A perfect sunset over the left field wall. As the other side, dark clouds above. A new pitcher on the mound for the Gatemen is Will Rogers, making his second appearance on the summer. Oh, we have a special birthday guest here in the booth, Barrett Hodgson, joining us. Barrett, welcome.
Hi, Alex. It's a pleasure to be here on this wonderful day.
Rogers deals a pitch grounded foul to Alex Mooney. 0-1 the count. So obviously, this is your 21st birthday. What does this birthday mean to you?
I mean, obviously, it's a big number. 21 years old. You get the new license. You're allowed to do a couple more things in life. So it's an exciting day overall.
Obviously, at the ballpark, enjoying a Commodore and Gateman game on your 21st birthday. And you've been just so great. One of our beat writers this summer. A 1-1 round foul. What has been your favorite story this summer?
I mean, overall with the team, it was really fun when they went on that little win streak. Gave a lot of fans some hope, and I think it gave a lot of the interns some hope that things could be headed in the right direction. And then just had a lot of guys get drafted, and things kind of fell apart. But that win streak was definitely a very memorable part of the summer.
Well, Mooney cuts and misses on a nasty breaking ball from Will Rogers. One away here in the 7th inning. But obviously, you've been a big presence in the press box for every single home game. What's been your favorite moment just being around here in the press box?
I mean, overall in the press box, it's just the relationships that you've made with all the other interns, the people you meet just being around, batting practice, the dugouts, and the coaches overall. And I think it's really just relationships is the biggest part that I've enjoyed being up in the press box.
Funniest moment in the press box? Can we share that or no?
Oh, man. Let me get back to you on that. I need a little bit to think on it.
I mean, there's been a lot of funny moments.
It's been a lot of good times up here, very funny. I mean, the printer day was a funny day.
The printer day was funny.
So, yeah, before the game, I print out the stat sheets. And
which we're so thankful of. Without you, we would have no idea about what anyone's hitting.
And we ran out of ink, and we tried replacing the ink cartridge, and the ink might have exploded. Might have exploded in the printer.
0-2 pitch, got Halter swinging, and back-to-back strikeouts on the mound by Will Rogers, and he's looked phenomenal coming out of the pen. But I was with you on that printer day. I tried to help. None of us could solve it. The printer was down that day.
Yes, the printer was down. There was a lot of ink all over. Multiple interns, the printer at the floor. That was a pretty funny day overall.
Your shorts got ruined for the day. Did they come back? Were you able to save them?
The stain did come out.
Wow.
The stain did come out. I was pretty concerned about him, though.
Well, I was, too. Another breaking ball there. This time a called strike. Jace Orphan. 1 ball, 1 strike now. Popped him up, giving chase is Meyer, who runs just out of room. 1-2 the count.
Rogers looks pretty good out there.
He's come out of the pen, got both Mooney and Halter to strike out swinging, and ahead of Orphan now 1-2. It's exactly what you're looking for. Coming out of the pen, you got to throw strikes. 1-2, high fly ball to center field. Chick moves over about 10 steps to his right to make the play and end the inning. Well, at bottom of the 7th we go, still a 5-0 Falmouth lead, but Barrett will join us again in the bottom of the 7th. Stay with us on the Gateman Broadcast Network.
Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod Coca-Cola has been proudly refreshing the community for over 30 years, and we're honored to support the CCBL and many other wonderful organizations on the Cape.
Red Shirt Fridays is a national program created to acknowledge, honor, and support our troops who put themselves in harm's way to defend our freedom. In support of this program, the Cape League teams will be wearing a specially designed red jersey every Friday. This week's special celebration of Red Shirt Friday is sponsored by Zypher Hats, Massachusetts State Lottery, and OT Sports. Support our troops and join us by wearing red each Friday.
Milton Cat is proud to support the Cape Cod Baseball League. From paving and landscaping to recreational boating and facility management, Milton Cat has the right equipment, parts, service, and technology to keep you working. Visit miltoncat.com to learn more.
Wherever you call home, from Boston to the South Shore to the South Coast to the Cape and Islands, Rogers Gray has you covered for all coastal homeowners insurance needs. Rogers Gray is a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Learn more at rogersgray.com.
Back here in Wareham, we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's still a 5-0 the Falmouth lead as the rain now was picked back up here in the 7th inning. New pitcher on the mound for the Commodores is Evan Harmon out of Central Arizona College, making his 4th appearance on the summer. 3 innings and a third, 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 6 walks. And he had to strike out a hitter. Barrett Hodgson joins us back in the booth. Goes to Endicott College. What's your favorite thing about Endicott?
There's a lot of things that are great about Endicott. I mean, the main reason I chose to go there is you have to take 3 internships, which is something I've been really grateful for. Obviously, my first 2 came here in Wareham with the gateman, and overall, it's been a real blast there. I mean, it's a beautiful campus, 3 private beaches. It's not a big school, small. Everyone
3
knows.
private beaches?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome on the weekends to go and hang out there, and it's a small school and everyone knows everyone, so that's also an aspect of it that I like.
Derek Fabian, Carter Graham, and Devin Burks do up for Wareham here in the 7th inning. Harmon deals the pitch outside, 1-0 the count to Fabian. So we sort of knew each other before this summer because you also do a podcast with one of my good friends, Austin Dakuda, one of the Hyannis broadcasters over at so is a podcast, it's a part of 44 Sports, is it not?
Correct, yeah. So 44 Sports is a company that Austin and I started, and we have a couple other people working for us, and we're doing writing, we're putting out daily betting picks, we're doing podcasting, and we're going to have some new graphics coming into play as Harrison's going to be joining us as well.
Harrison Eaton, Swiss Army knife of all different positions with the Skateman team, serves mostly as our graphic designer and social media coordinator, also photographer, and many other things. He's been a huge help this summer. Now 3-1. The count to Fabian. Podcast Long Relief, right?
Yeah, Long Relief podcast. We just started season 2 last night. Talked about some possible trade deadline movement in the MLB coming up.
3-1 stays high, so Fabian works a leadoff walk here in the 7th inning. And he's been on base twice out of 3 times tonight. So many trades going down. I mean, in between innings, you check your phone and it's like, bang, another one. Which is a trade that we have yet to see a player dealt that you think is going to go before 4 p.m. tomorrow?
I mean, I think Juan Soto is the obvious one. We should see a huge package in return for him. I think the Padres and the Dodgers are 2 landing spots that make a lot of sense. They both have humongous packages that they can offer. I also think that the Mets could be a dark horse, and obviously the Cardinals have been linked to him as well.
I've been saying since day one, I think either the 2 teams that Juan Soto goes to are either the Padres or the Cardinals. Now, however, hear me out. I wonder if, obviously, the Padres, who just got Josh Hader from Milwaukee, if Josh Hader is flipped for Juan Soto.
Yeah, that would be a very interesting move. I mean, they gave up a lot to get Hader. Rogers having a great season, who has 28 saves on the year. Hader has 1 more in 29. A couple of prospects.
Line drive, base hit into left field. Carter Graham, a big single, and now the Gatemen have first and second with nobody out in the 7th inning.
Yeah, the couple of prospects and the Nelson Lamet. I mean, that's a pretty good haul in return for a closer. So, obviously, Hader has a immense value, and he could be a big piece in a Soto trade.
Obviously, the Yankees going all in now. Gave up a lot of pitching depth over to the Oakland A's for Frankie Montas. That's a trade that signifies the Yankees are going all in. They got some bullpen depth from the Chicago Cubs as well today.
Yeah, the Yankees have been really impressive. I mean, obviously they've been great all season, but they go and they address pretty much every need on their roster before deadline day, which is amazing to see. I mean, they go get Andrew Benintendi. He's going to be a batting average on base guy in their lineup, and then like you said, the bullpen depth, and they even got Lou Trevino in that trade for Frankie Montas, so they got 2 guys for the pen, and obviously Montas has been a pretty good starter throughout his career, and we should see him in the postseason.
1-1 the count now to Devin Burks. The Gatemen have first and second with nobody out. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning, Gatemen down by 5. The Angels announced today, though, that they will not be moving Shohei Ohtani at all. Imagine if Juan Soto and Shohei Ohtani got traded before the deadline.
I mean, that would have to be one of the biggest deadlines ever, if not the biggest deadline ever. I know last year we saw Trey Turner and Max Scherzer get dealt in the same trade. That was a pretty big deal.
1-1 pitch to Burks. Runner goes. The throw down the third is going to be not in time. Wow. A late call by the third base umpire, but signals safe. So Fabian picks up third on a stolen bag. And now runners on the corners with still nobody out in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Quite the slide by Fabian on that one to elude the tag.
Runners on the corners. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Devin Burks. 0 for 2 tonight. 2-1 inside. 3-1 the count. The Red Sox making some moves as well. What do they need to do?
I think they should sell. I don't think that they're good enough given the injuries that they have to make the playoffs, but the moves that they've made today, I mean, it's kind of a buy and sell mindset that they're going with, it looks like.
So a walk to Burks, that will load the bases, but still nobody out. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning, the Red Sox got Tommy Pham from Cincinnati for a player to be named later.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a nice move, as the Red Sox have needed some outfield help for sure this season. Obviously, the headliner today, though, being the Christian Vasquez trade.
Yeah.
A lot of Red Sox fans are sad about that one, but they got a pretty good haul in return. They got 2 prospects, both top 30 guys in the Astros system. So, I mean, Vasquez was an expiring contract. You can't complain about that haul.
We'll see if J.D. Martinez ends up with another team. Obviously, his contract also coming to a close with Boston after this season. But with the expanded playoffs in Major League Baseball, it keeps a lot of teams in it. So you can read all of this stuff and listen to the Long Relief podcast with Barrett and Austin.
Yeah, over on 44 Sports, we'll have everything for the trade deadline.
So will you sleep tonight?
It's going to be hard to. The good news is I got to be up early anyways at 5:30. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Bases loaded for Wareham. Cam Chick at the plate. The tying run for the Gatemen on the on-deck circle. Chick cuts and misses on the first pitch offering from Harmon. 0-1 the count. Rain's been on and off all night long. I'll picked up a little bit more in between this inning as the 0-1 line drive right over to the shortstop Mooney, who flips to second. Roche now on to first base in time. It's a 6-4-3 double play, but it scores a run for the Gatemen as they now trail by 4 in the bottom of the 7th inning. Best case scenario just happened if you were Evan Harmon. Got a double play. I got 2 outs. Obviously scored a run, but when you have a 5-0 lead, you can swallow that 1 run being scored. Moving to third is now Carter Graham. And Max Anderson at the plate.
So obviously the Gatemen were eliminated from the playoffs, but I was just curious, who do you think? Who's your pick to win this thing?
Probably, there's so many teams that it could go either way for me, but I really like either Hyannis or Bourne. I think those 2 teams are going to go the distance. Hyannis, I think, the sleeper pick, obviously they're a great team all summer. They've played this Gateman club so tough as well. But a lot of their pitchers from day one or from halfway through are still there.
Yeah, that staff's been really good, and they have some speed on their team and just guys who have performed really well. But I'm going to go with your other pick. I actually really like Bourne after seeing them a lot late in the season. I've been impressed with their bats and their pitching, and I think it just could be a good matchup for them in the first round, potentially, if they face Katuitt. Obviously, they're only out of first place by 1 point heading into today, so we'll have to see who they match up with. But if they were to draw Katuitt in the first round, I think Bourne would have a favorable path.
Without a doubt. So much great competition all summer. I can't believe it's almost over. It's a 2-2 outside now. Full count to Max Anderson. Carter Graham over at third. 2 down here in the 7th inning. What's been the highlight of the summer? What's been your favorite moment that you'll look back on this summer and say, yep, that was it?
I mean, I think just overall the growth that I've had between my first and second year with the Gateman. I mean, in my first year, I was not timid is the word, but I was kind of finding my footing, if that makes sense. And now, this year, it's really clear. My goals, I set goals before the season, and that was to write every day. And I've hit those goals, whether that's a game preview or a game recap. We put out a mid-season article with the other beat writer, Sam. And I think overall, just the growth that I've had, I can look back on and say that I am proud of myself this summer.
Well, Max Anderson draws her walk. Runners on the corner is still 2 away, and here's Ryan Campos. And obviously, you can still read all of Barrett's work on the Gateman.org website, the official website for the Wareham Gateman. Are you going to miss writing about this team?
I will. This team, I really thought that this roster had a lot of hope, but all those guys got drafted and things kind of plummeted after, which is, it's what you'd expect. And overall, just compared to last season, it just felt like I was more invested, and I really wanted to put out great content and keep as many fans invested as possible. And even in this meaningless game, I mean, it's been entertaining.
2-0, chopper up the middle, played by Roche to step on the second base bag to end the inning. But Barrett, thanks for joining us in the booth. It's been a pleasure working with you all summer long, and we couldn't have done it without you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, Alex.
Top of the 8th we go. Stay with us on the Gateman Broadcast Network. Looking for your dream home on the Cape? Gibson Sotheby's International Realty's dedicated team of real estate professionals are ready to make your dream a reality. Don't just look for a place, discover a home. Each office is independently owned and operated. Sotheby's International Realty is a registered trademark.
Earn a bachelor's or master's degree, complete a certificate, or take a single course through the Division of Continuing Education and Graduate Studies at Curry College. In-person and online classes run days, evenings, and weekends in Milton and Plymouth. To learn more about programs in accounting, business, criminal justice, education, nursing, and more, visit curry.edu.
Local craft beer, great food, games, outdoor beer garden, and live music. That's all at Stone Path Malt. Better malt, better beer. Conveniently located across from Wareham Crossing in the West Wareham Industrial Park. Check them out.
Top of the 8th inning here in Wareham. Alex Feuz, Cade, Crenshaw, and Claire Foley with you. Will Rogers back on the mound for his second inning of work, and he'll face Andrew Pickney, Corey Collins, and Josiah Cromwick here in the 8th. Gateman tacked on a run in the bottom of the 7th, but still down by 4. Well, Rogers deals, shows bunt, but pulls back his Pickney for a called strike and 0-1 the count. And obviously, Cade, in the bottom of the 7th, Barry Hodgson was on with us, but it was a game and win. They had the bases loaded with nobody out, and then a double play, scored a run, but couldn't score past that.
And, you know, I was looking at some numbers earlier today, Alex, about just how this Gateman team's kryptonite has been keeping the momentum on their side. You look across the runs per inning breakdown, inning by inning, how much do the Gatemen score versus how much do their opponents score in any single inning. When Wareham has outscored an opponent this season, the very next, they've been outscored by double-digit runs. So right as you take a lead in a game or battle back in a game, the numbers say you give it right back. And that's not going to win too many games.
Breaking ball, called strike 3. So 1 down here in the 8th inning, but that's exactly right. I mean, it's almost like the offense that almost was. They've just always been 1 hit away from taking a big lead in any game. As Will Rogers now deals to Corey Collins, a breaking ball in the dirt. 1-0 the count. That's why, I mean, this team has been in it almost every single game. Chopper foul. One ball, 1 strike here to Collins. Breaking ball, strike to Collins. Now Will Rogers ahead once again, 1-2. He's been phenomenal. The 1-2 pitch to Collins. Breaking ball inside. Well, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 3 strikeouts to just 4 batters. Came in relief back in the 7th inning. Now deals a 2-2 pitch. Ripped foul out of play. Collins popped out back in the 2nd, walked in the 3rd, and struck out in the 5th. The 2-2 pitch, breaking ball low. Out full count to Collins. What have you liked from Will Rogers here?
Well, he's a player who's just making a 2nd appearance on the mound, a 2-way guy who only threw a combined 2 1/3 innings this spring at Arizona State.
3-2 grounded over to 2nd. Anderson fires to Graham in time, 2 away.
He faced 8 batters all spring. Here with the Gatemen, he's shown that maybe the Sun Devils should run him on the bump a little bit more often. But you understand why they keep him at the plate as well. Hit .299 as a true freshman. The main thing I like about him, he just commands his fastball extremely well.
He knows where it's going, and that's how he's been able to be so successful tonight. Another breaking ball. That time commanded perfectly for a called strike. Cromwell behind 0-1. Rogers deals the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball. The check swing down the 1st, but Johnny West says he held up. A 1 ball, 1 strike here in the 8th inning. It's a 5-1 Falmouth lead. They scored 3 runs in the 2nd and 2 more in the 4th. 1-1 pitch. Cromwell cuts and misses. Rogers ahead, 1-2.
Looking to retire his 6th in a row.
Rogers deals a 1-2. Breaking ball just outside.
One fan thought it was strike 3.
The 2-2 pitch. Just got a piece of it, fouled off at the plate. We'll do the 2-2 again. Falmouth with a 5-1 lead in the top of the 8th inning. Nobody on, 2 away. Will Rogers deals a 2-2 pitch, breaking ball outside. Now full count. Cromwick. Payoff pitch. Got him in time. 4th strikeout since coming out of the pen. And after facing 8 batters this spring, he faces 6 of them tonight, and none of them reach base. Now after 7.5 of play, bottom of the 8th we go. 5-1 Commodores. Stay with us on the Gateman Broadcast Network.
Joanne Stevenson with Berkshire Hathaway and Robert Paul Properties brings over 21 years of real estate experience to the South Shore and Cape Cod area. The Robert Paul Properties team not only specializes in coastal luxury properties, but proudly serves our veterans in their home search or sell process. Joanne Stevenson is your local, homegrown agent who knows the area and knows the market. Call Joanne Stevenson with Robert Paul Properties for all your real estate needs. Located at 155 Front Street in Marion.
Tom and Jean Yockey were passionate about the game of baseball. Over their 7 decades as owners of the Boston Red Sox, the Yockeys greatly invested in youth and amateur athletics in our community. They recognized the important skills baseball can bring to players both on and off the field: cooperation, respect, teamwork, friendships, and confidence. The Yockey Foundation has been proud to support the Cape League for more than 25 years.
Back in Wareham, as we make our way into the bottom of the 8th inning, the Commodores have made another call to the bullpen to bring in a southpaw, their first of the evening, as it is Tyler Mudd out of Holy Cross to step in against this group of gatemen that have struggled here tonight, Alex. Just 1 run brought across, though, on 4 hits, just 2 shy of the Commodores.
Trail 5-1 here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and it will be Will Rogers, Brennan Chisholm, and Cam Meyer due up. This is the first time, well, one of the first, that we've seen a pitcher go from on the mound to hitting right away in the leadoff spot for the Gatemen. Rogers deals a bullet straight to center, though. Pinckney stays up to make the grab. 1 away. Oh, 1 away. Here's Brenham Chisholm. Reach out a fielder's choice in the first, grounded out, and the 4th, and was hit by a pitch in the 6th. Well, first pitch, called strike. 0-1 the count now to Chisholm. 0-1 outside. Mudd deals a breaking ball, grounded right back to him. Will jog over to first, now throw to Collins in time for the second out here in the 8th inning. Here's Cam Meyer. 0 for 3 tonight. It's a game in offense that scored their first run back in the 7th inning. Down by 4. Meyer takes a breaking ball low. 1-0 the count. That one ripped to center, but stays up once again to Pinckney to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Gatemen. We go to the top of the 9th. The 5-1 Commodores lead. Stay with us on the Gatemen Broadcast Network.
Continuing with our corporate sponsors, we also want to recognize and thank Franklin Sports, Cape Destinations, Sullivan Tire, Highline Cruises, Barnstable Bats, Sunderland Printing, Axis Bats, Cape Space, Christmas Tree Shops, UFOs, T-Mobile, Boston Better Business Bureau, Fairway Financial, Rogers Gray, and of course, thank you to Major League Baseball for over 50 years of support.
The law firm of Lang, Exafaris, and Bullard, providing families and businesses in the greater New Bedford community with legal services for 40 years. We look forward to serving you. For an appointment, call 508-992-1270. We invite you to learn more about the law firm of Lang, Exafaris, and Bullard by visiting our website, lxblaw.com.
We go to the top of the ninth inning. Will Rogers out on the mound for his third inning of work. So far, 6 up and 6 down for him. I'll be Patrick Roche, Anthony Mckenzie, and Tefton Hensley due up for the Commodores as they still have a 5-1 lead in the top half of the ninth inning. Gateman down to their final 3 outs in the bottom of this inning.
Now batting the second
For the
baseman
final
from
time here at
Boston
Spillane
College,
Field
13, Patrick
in the 2022 campaign. Roche 0 for 2 with a hit by a pitch and a run scored tonight. Rogers set. Kicks and deals to Patrick Roche. Breaking ball low. Well, Will Rogers, 4 strikeouts in 2 innings tonight. Kicks and deals a 1-0 pitch to Roche. Breaking ball just low. 2-0 the count. Outside the 4 strikeouts, that's a fly out and a ground out. The 2-0 pitch, caught on a miss, and lost the bat at the same time. Good thing there's no photographer on
I
deck.
was just about to say, glad the photographer wasn't over there. I haven't seen him in quite some time, Alex.
No, I think he left after the rain.
Did he? Oh, you can't blame him.
Home plate umpire rained on his parade, so he took off. He was up here for about 5 minutes, and then he went back on the field, right on the on-deck circle, and he took off after then. Got his shots. It's Rogers deals a 2-1 pitch, breaking ball low. 3-1 the count. It's now an Osprey flies above. 3-1, breaking ball outside, so Roche works a leadoff walk here in the ninth inning. That's the first base runner that Will Rogers has allowed tonight.
Now batting the third baseman from Sam Houston State, number 1, Anthony Mckenzie.
And here's Anthony Mckenzie. Hit by a pitch in the second, doubled and scored in the fourth, and walked in the sixth. Patrick Roche over at first base here in the top of the ninth inning. Rogers deals a pitch high. 1-0 the count.
Alex, I've got some bad news.
And what's that?
You were talking about the trade market earlier with Barrett, and unfortunately, you've been traded.
Oh, where am I going?
You've been dealt to Harwich for a bucket of BP balls and a new washing machine.
All right, so I can't leave on Wednesday then, as that 1-0 popped up out of play. Count now 1-1.
We appreciate everything you've done for the Gatemen, but it was just a business decision. We needed a new washing machine, and, well, you had to throw in the bucket of BP balls because that's just what we really think you're worth it, man.
Well, I appreciate that. You know, washing machine, that's a lot of money.
It is. It is. They wouldn't throw in the dryer, though. They didn't put that much value in
Well,
what they
that's
were
fine.
getting back. But we got the washing machine.
And pitch inside. Oh, 2-1 the count to Mckenzie. I wish there were trades for broadcast. How much fun that would be.
Oh my gosh. Imagine what Vin Scully's trade value would have been with the Dodgers.
2-1 pitch. Breaking ball. Called strike. Well, 2 balls and 2 strikes to the lefty Mckenzie. Imagine John Sterling getting traded to the Boston Red Sox.
Would it reverse the curse of the great Bambino back on the other side?
I don't know. Just imagine the Red Sox win. Like, this would be weird. A check to first. But Roche gets back in time. In spring training a few years ago, John Sterling and Joe Castiglione, the longtime voice of the Red Sox, the longtime voice of the Yankees, they did switch moves for an inning. That one fouled straight back. Count remains 2-2. So Joe Castiglione was on WFAN, the Yankee broadcast network, for 1 full inning, and John Sterling was on WEEI for a full inning. And that was back in, it was either spring training or maybe it might have even been like a regular season game.
Wow.
Just for fun.
Rogers here on the bump, struggling a little bit with the mound, starting to, the mud thicken up from the rain. He's had to pick out his shoes a few times.
Well, there's a pick right behind the mound that both of these pitchers, the 2-2 breaking ball in there for called strike 3. The throw down the second is going to be in time. Strike him out, throw him out, double play. Now 2 away here in the top of the 9th inning. How about that?
Make it 5 strikeouts for Will Rogers and a 2 1/3 tonight. Incredible.
Well, here's Tapton Hensley with 2 away here in the top of the 9th inning. Gateman down by 4. Rogers deals. Slider outside. 1-0 the count. Nobody on, 2 away here in the top of the 9th inning. Rogers deals a 1-0 pitch just outside. But Will Rogers came into this game in the top of the 7th inning and deals a 2-0, popped him up out of play. 5 strikeouts in 3 innings. Just 1 walk. The only base runner. Not bad. Can't ask for any better. Deals a 2-1 pitch. A high fly ball deep left field. Back is Campos right near the warning track. Makes a grab to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 9th. It's a 5-1 Falmouth lead. Stay with us on the Gateman Broadcast Network.
Each and every game here at Spillane Field is made possible by our sponsors. Let's take a moment to recognize Gateway Tavern, Coastal Orthodontics, Fairway Financial, Joanne Stevenson, Sullivan Wine and Spirits, Deb Levesque Massage Therapy, the Law Office of Mark Deshays, Office Technology Group, J&M Baseball Academy, South Coast Health, Minkle Boys Catering, 80 Makepeace, Reed Custom Soils, Soft as a Grape, Bay Motor Inn, Point Sign, Wareham, Sipicon, and Dartmouth Week, Cranberry Self Storage, Village Signs, the Law Office of Lang, Exaferris, and Bullard, Reedy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP, Robertson's GMC, Effie's Homemade, Wareham Country Market, the Wareham House of Pizza, Robbery's Tree Service, Patty Wild, Onset Bay Association, Select PT, El Mariachi, Water Whiz, and Cool Cone. Thank you once again to our sponsors of your Wareham Gatemen.
We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Falmouth leads Wareham 5-1. A new arm on the mound for the Commodores is the 6'4", 212-pound right-hander out of Boston College in Joey Ryan. Tonight, his 13th appearance with Falmouth. He enters with 3 saves to his credit. This, though, not a save situation at the moment. 15 innings pitched, 11 hits, 5 runs given up, 2 earned, with 3 walks and 18 strikeouts. A no decision record, but a 1.20 ERA to his credit.
Well, Hills coming to face Eric Fabian, Carter Graham, and Devin Burks are due up here in the bottom of the 9th inning. It's all come down to this here for the final time at Spillane Field, but no extra innings in the regular season of the Cape Cod season, so this will mark the final inning that the Gatemen will field at Spillane Field this summer. You have a favorite moment of the summer?
Oh, wow. You know, it's so hard to bring it all back into perspective. You go all the way back, first game on June the 12th, but of course as an intern crew we arrived here a little bit of time prior to that, a week to 2 weeks prior to opening day. It's just been such an incredible summer, and I think the special part about Spillane Field is the first time I personally took it in, first time seeing the stone dust infield and the grass edging foul lines and the football stadium bleachers in left and the goalpost in foul territory where this field's also used as the football field for Wareham High School in the fall. It's just something special, and I think it summarizes a lot about what Cape Cod Baseball League is. Community fields, tradition is such a huge priority for this league. For me, I think my favorite part of the summer, Alex, gosh, I haven't even thought about it. I think it's just how this group of interns have been so close. We really have been, and that's been such a special thing. To come here every day, to have a laugh, to have a smile, and enjoy it even through the tough times, the tough losses, you still are making memories through it all. That's what will set this summer apart for me.
Oh, Fabian goes down swinging here in the bottom of the 9th inning. 1 away, and here's Carter Graham. 1 for 3 tonight. 2 flyouts, 2 bullet flyouts, and a base hit back in the 7th inning. It's been a fun summer. We got to see some of the best baseball in the country.
Do you have a favorite memory?
Well, it's just that what you said, right? I mean, it's just getting the chance to just see these players, the best athletes in the country, and a chance to be a little humbled and travel on school buses for the first time since high school baseball, and go travel around the Cape and play on high school fields after being on chartered planes and nice coach buses all summer and the best facilities in the country, to really being brought back where their roots are, playing on high school fields. This is where they learned that they truly love the game of baseball, and they were pretty good at it. Ryan deals the 0-2 pitch in the dirt to Graham. 1-2 the count. It's seeing the families interact with the host families. That's pretty cool to me. Just seeing how the actual fathers and mothers of these players are thankful for these really strangers on the Cape that take in their son all summer long and make them feel right at home. As Joey Ryan deals a 1-2 pitch to Graham. It's a line drive base hit into center field. Well, Graham gets his second hit of the night. Now 2 for 4.
Back-to-back multi-hit games for Carter Graham. I said it before, I said it again. He's finally turned the quarter offensively, which is great news for the Gatemen. Unfortunately, we'll only get to see him for one more night.
Well, here's Devin Burks. 1 away here in the 9th inning. Burks joined this team just a little 3 weeks ago. Solid contact bat in this lineup. Walked back in the 7th inning. Ryan deals a breaking ball up high. Graham not too much speed over there at first. 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Gatemen down by 4. Ryan set right near the belt. Kicks and deals a 1-0. Fastball inside. 2-0 the count to Burks. Good crowd still on hand for the final inning here at Spillane Field, part of the CCBL Sees it. 2-0 breaking ball outside. Now 3-0 the count to Devin Burks. Cam Chick on deck for the Gatemen. Joey Ryan sent at the waist. Deals a 3-0 breaking ball, called strike. Just clipped the lower edge of the zone. Carter Graham over at first, 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. 3-1, line drive, bullet right up the middle. And now the Gatemen have first and second with 1 away here in the 9th.
Now batting the center fielder from Missouri, number 19.
Well, here's Cam Chick. Burks over at first, Carter Graham on second. 1 out here in the 9th inning. Cam Chick swings at the first pitch, hits a foul out of play. No one won the count now. First and second, 1 out here in the 9th inning. Ryan deals the 0-1 breaking ball, grounded over to first. Collins throws to short. Mooney deals over to first, not in time. Burks out at second, though. And runners on the corners with 2 away for Max Anderson.
Number 15, Max Anderson.
And who more fitting for it to come down to than the player who's more than likely going to be named this team's MVP, Max Anderson.
1 for 2 with 2 walks tonight. Reach base 3 out of 4 times. That's been the case for Max Anderson all summer. A Cape League All-Star. Takes a first pitch, called strike. Runners on the corners, 2 away in the bottom of the 9th inning. Gatemen down by 4. Tying run on deck, and Ryan Campos has a grand slam under his belt, and that came here at Spillane Field. 0-1 breaking ball. Just low. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Anderson. Ryan deals a 1-1 pitch. A broken bat. Single up the middle. That's going to get down for a base hit. Here comes Graham, and he scores. And the ball game continues. The Gatemen trail by 3 and send up the tying run. And Ryan Campos here in the bottom of the 9th inning.
The Gatemen aren't done yet. Neither is Max Anderson. Yet again, this team's MVP comes through in a big way. Make it 17 RBI on the summer from the Nebraska Cornhusker.
Gatemen trail 5-2 in the bottom of the 9th inning. Runners on the corners, 2 down. Joey Ryan set. Deals the pitch to Campos, breaking ball low. 1-0 the count. So the tying run at the plate for Wareham, and go-ahead run on deck and Will Rogers. Breaking ball, low and inside. 2-0 the count to Campos. The Gatemen bullpen trying to rally on a comeback win here in the bottom of the 9th inning and the final home game at Spillane Field this summer. Ryan deals a 2-0 pitch. Fastball cut on a miss. 2-1 the count now. 5-2 Falmouth in the bottom of the 9th inning. Ryan deals a 2-1 pitch. That's a line drive, but right at Mooney, who fields and fires to first in time to end the ball game. Final score, Falmouth 5, Wareham 2. Well, for the final game here at Spillane Field, the Gatemen come up short, but send up the tying run at the plate here in the bottom of the 9th inning, but can't get the job done here on game 43 before the last and final game of the 2022 summer, which is tomorrow night against the Orleans Firebirds.
A big game tomorrow night for this Gateman team. They understand they're not going to be in the playoff picture come Thursday, but tomorrow you can go out on a high note and possibly, just maybe, play spoiler and heartbreaker to an Orleans team still in the playoff hunt.
Well, for the final time here at Spillane Field, we want to say thank you for always joining us, and we appreciate the support of WCTV providing the video stream of this broadcast all summer long. For Cameron Ezair, Claire Foley, Cade Crenshaw, and myself, Alex Feuz, and everyone involved, all the interns, all the game day ops interns, all the host families, the players, the coaches, everyone involved for the Wareham game. And for the final home game, we sign off and say thank you and so long. And as Billy Joe always says, life's full of hellos and goodbyes, and unfortunately, it's time to say goodbye. But we're back at it tomorrow for one more in Orleans. Join us then. Have a great night.